I am taking over a business, and in 1 week, we are going to design, furnish, and set up the space. By the end of this series, we plan to create, critique, and strategize a plan in a customer experience that will have her fully booked and reaching her monthly revenue goals. In this video, we are going to go through the setup, which will take you through the process of us DIYing and setting up her space. Let's get into it. So we have 4 days to set up the space, and in video 1, you kind of saw the process of the plan, us finding the location, us kind of going through the mood board and the overall goal and look for the space. So if you didn't see video 1, the overall goal and look for the place was to have a green, serene environment that aligned with the services that she's going to provide the clients. She specializes in natural products, so we wanted the space to feel natural and clean and serene and be color drenched in green. That rhymed. I wasn't really trying to do that. So this is the overall look that we were trying to go for with a just really quick mock-up. So we have 4 days to set up the space and we needed to get it done. So let's get into it. We secured a space at Salon Republic on Santa Monica Boulevard. It is a brand new building, so we get to enjoy all of the new and thoroughly thought out amenities the place has to offer. It comes with laundry service through business hours. The door is locked and has a buzzer. You have structured parking and street parking. The space that we got and the unit we got is about 117 square feet. The ceilings are really high and vaulted, but there is like all of the HVAC and the plumbing and things above it. So I would say realistically, we have about 10 feet of space, of vertical space to work with. On the entrance door, we have a door and window combination that lets in a lot of light. And then on the longer wall, we have the sink. Painting the space. So for paint, we went to Portola Paints in North Hollywood and we went with the color Shelter in a lime wash finish. We wanted to go with lime wash to add some dimension and just go for a luxurious spa feel. The space that we got is roughly 117 square feet. The two smaller walls, one being where the window and door entrance is and the other being the wall opposite of that, is about 9 feet wide, and we have about 9 to 10 feet a space to work with. But for painting purposes, we are going to cap it off at 9 feet. So 9 times 9 times 2 is 162 square feet of painting space that we have to compensate for. Subtracting the door and the window from that space, because obviously we're not painting that. The larger wall is about 13 feet and the sink is on one wall where the other wall is completely clear. So 13 times 9 times 2 is 234 square feet. So in total, we need about 396 square feet of painting space, not including the window and door. So we can go a little bit less than that, considering the window and door pretty much takes up the entire wall.
No, it literally feels like Christmas.
Adulting version.
Why are you shaking? I am a princess, though.
Okay. So this is the before. Yeah, it's a tight space with all the stuff in here.
That's what I'm saying. Take the glasses and the pots to the car.
To kind of put everything in the middle. So we just got here. This is super exciting. We don't have that much floor space or space at all in here. So we're gonna have to try to consolidate everything into the center of the room because we have to paint the whole outside. And by doing that, we have to kind of stack and put things on top of each other so that we can maximize our floor space because we are 4 people trying to get as much done as possible. This is my first time seeing the space in person. So it's definitely different than obviously videos and pictures. But I'm super excited. I feel like we're gonna be able to work really fast and get a lot done, but we have to work really smart and strategically and be really neat because it can get messy really quick. We're getting ready to paint. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. We're feeling good. We're about to paint. We're gonna get this done in 1 day, a couple hours.
like an hour. We're almost done. I probably say we have like 20 minutes more, but it looks really good. It definitely makes the space feel like cozier and taller. So let's give it a look. Above the dresser.
Yeah.
Do the whole border up top and then do all the touch-up spots.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, once we put the dresser in its place and put everything kind of in its place and off the ground, then we can go over the paint the last time and get any missing pieces. But I think you guys should do majority of the paint tonight over the dresser. Because the paint is what's gonna be smell, it's gonna be, we can't work in here because of the smell, and we can't work in here because of it needs to dry.
It go away pretty fast.
No, it went away, but we can't work if the walls are wet. So to me, and then also hanging stuff up. We can't hang stuff up.
Right. So definitely, I think we should get this wall done.
I actually think that all of that stuff should go on that wall.
Okay. Even the dresser?
I think the dresser should go on that wall because that wall is already busy with the door and the sink. So put the dresser, it's not going to be centered, it's going to kind of be over by the
So what
sink.
about the refrigerators doing that?
Over here.
Oh shit, okay.
Because I don't have a, do you have a measuring tape, Joe?
In
They
the
said
car.
are.
Okay, I don't think it's needed because I can eye it. I mean, look at this board. This is 63 inches and another 20 inches can go next to it.
Right.
So I would probably put the dresser there.
Still.
I think we have the layout as well. So I think right here, this is the front door. And then this is the wall, and it also has the sink. This space is really tight, so considering this wall already has, this door has, this wall has the door swinging into the wall, and then it also has the sink. I think we're gonna put the dresser right here, and then the refrigerator space right here as well. I think right here could be a good space for the welcome bench. And then right here would be a good space for, right here would be a good space for the mirror. And the bed is gonna kind of go in this corner. And then the living wall is gonna go here. So I think that's a good layout. I'm really excited because everything looks really good. And we're almost done with night one.
So for the paint, we ended up getting 3 gallons of shelter. So 1 gallon is $79 and it comes in 1 quart, 1 gallon, and 5 gallons. I knew we didn't need 5 gallons. Based off of my calculations, I think we need about 2 gallons of paint, but I ended up getting 3. So 3 gallons at $79 equals $237 just for painting materials. We used about 70% of the second can, about a whole can and a quarter left of lime wash paint was not used. First, the space that we're dealing with is super small and I ordered everything so that we can set everything up in a 4-day period. So we have to do things strategically so that we can get rid of these boxes. So the first thing that we wanted to do was set up the IKEA mom dresser as well as put up the lac shelves, considering all of the items that we have that are loose in these boxes can be stored away in the dresser.
Okay, we are putting together the IKEA dresser. I have not done that in a very long time, but we are getting it done and progress is being made.
So the mom dresser cost us $299. The lac shelf cost $59.98, and we got 2 of those. I always like a mom dresser just because I feel like, once again, it's easy, it opens nicely, it opens wide, and I feel like the hardware for the drawers is nice and seamless. Setting this thing up does take forever, but it is worth it, and it's obviously super cost effective.
Okay, so end of day 1. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Told ourselves 3 days. We'll give ourselves 2 days now. So we got a lot done.
You think we could do it in 2 days?
Yeah.
So what's left is hanging everything up on the wall, dresser, and touch-up paint.
The moss wall.
Yeah.
Shelves, moss wall, dresser, touch up. Well, finish touch up. And then figure out how to get the tape off safely.
Okay. So we just didn't get that corner because we have very small footprint to work in, and we just thought we could just do that tomorrow. It's looking really good.
The plant preserved living wall. So this plant wall was actually sourced from second floor. I've used second floor in the past, and honestly, the extra materials that I had from second floor were what was used here. So in total, we spent $266.98 for materials for her new space. However, I would say I probably used an additional $200 of material from a project that had extra material. So I'm not sure if that adds to the cost, or we're just gonna say that these are things that we already had. They obviously had a cost at one particular time, but they were extra products that we had. We also got a very thin piece of plywood from Home Depot, but this piece of plywood is super thin. It's like super paper thin, and it's $18.98. And then to adhere the preserved moss to the plywood, we got some Gorilla Glue. I think we got 2 of them, and you can find them at Home Depot for $7.98. For the back, we just screwed 2 screws and a picture hanging wire on the back and a screw into the wall. We had extra screws laying around, so I'm not really sure of the cost of that.
Oh my God. Okay, so we are getting ready to do the plant wall. So we got a piece of plywood that's taller than Katrina, as you can see. And we are gonna use some plants. We have these, this is preserved. This is also really messy. Oops. And create a living plant wall. And we're gonna just lay it in this itty bitty corner and try to get it done.
Oh, this sprays like paint.
Yeah. So another thing is some of them are edges. You see that?
Yeah.
So you gotta look at the piece and like put it in the right spot. Mainly the corners too. Yep.
This is crazy, but stay there.
We kind of put the moss wall up just to shake out some of the loose. All right, day 2. Let me see your cute face. How do you feel?
Feeling good. It's my first day of school.
Still? You had two first days of school?
I did.
So this is walking in to it drying overnight. And I think it looks really good. We're working on the IKEA dresser. So considering we could probably put some of the stuff away, we're gonna finish getting this built up. Today, the plan is to finish all the furniture, hang up the poles on the wall, and hang up the mirror because the mirror just got in. We're still working in a very tight space, but we are getting some things done. Slow but steady progress today. We are done with the dresser here. We are taped up there with the studs. We're gonna hang up some curtains, and then we have to set the dresser on the wall to determine where we're gonna hang the floating shelves. So we kind of have to pre-stage things, but it's hard to pre-stage things because we don't have a lot of space to work with. So we're gonna try and get some of that done. I feel like this next hour is gonna have a lot of progress because now we can put things away, start cleaning up, and get these ladders out of here too. So I think just opening up the free space will make it feel easier to work with. So let's go ahead and get moving.
The mom dresser is complete. Paint is complete. We have started unboxing things, and it was time to put up the lack shelves. So the mistakes that were made was the studs in this space were metal and they weren't wood. So we had to keep going back and forth to Home Depot because we didn't have the correct screw sizes in the beginning. And then we forgot essentials like scissors, we forgot basic tools, cleaning supplies, broom, mop, things like that. I think the biggest thing in accomplishing this for 4 days was probably planning and being much more efficient and then communicating together much better than what we actually did. From my experience, I'm familiar with newer buildings having metal studs. However, that was a miscommunication and a lack of communication from the both of us. So that definitely slowed down our time from setting this space up in 2 days versus 4 days, considering there are building hours. So because other people, your neighbors, are providing services during the day, you can only use tools and set up your space after business hours, which is 6 o'clock. So considering the first day we painted and then the second day we built, we intended to put up the floating shelves, in which we didn't. And because we didn't, we had to wait the whole next day, but we had to wait the whole next day after 6 o'clock. So there was one day where we honestly didn't even show up until 6 o'clock because we couldn't do anything till 6 o'clock. So lack of efficiency and actually knowing what type of materials were behind the wall and having the materials that we needed to complete the task definitely set us back a day, and we could have been done sooner. So after all of the mishaps, we ended up putting the lac shelves up together, and we were debating between one shelf and two. Two shelves were definitely needed. We had so much stuff, and I think it just overall looks better and it just feels better considering she offers drinks and she has her herbs out. We definitely needed to maximize and use both of the shelves so that she had all of her items to display and that they were easy to grab. So this is what it looks like. It looks so good. The line is pretty crisp. There's definitely some mistakes, but I don't think anyone will notice. The shelf is up. Dressers up. This looks really good, and I'm happy we did it on this wall because...
And we did have to move the shelf over some because there was no beams for it to be centered directly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it looks bad.
It's a problem? Okay.
And I think honestly the dresser could probably move over so you have a little bit more space by the sink. But I think it looks really good.
Okay.
The curtains look good. So this is the progress. We could probably put those ladders in my car, right?
Interview.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. We're back.
How many days do you think it'll be? You think we're gonna finish today?
I want to say today and maybe finishing touches tomorrow. Finishing touches.
Okay.
We do have to get the mirror hung up. That's again after 6. So yeah.
What do you think about the space?
It is amazing. It looks so good. We stayed here a long time getting stuff together.
So what were the things that you didn't foresee that slowed you down?
The nails in the wall.
But why? Let the people know.
They were short. The nails were short. So if you guys are trying to drill something in the wall, maybe go a little longer rather than shorter. For one, especially, and then also the pole longer rather than shorter. So those were the only issues. And then make sure you guys have a stud finder. It is key. It is helpful. Oh, we got the bed up. Cool. I got our broom. We got mops. I got vinegar. Stay clean, guys. Got some vinegar. We got essential oil.
There we go.
It's coming together. Okay, we're gonna get this finished today. Okay, we're done painting. No more painting. We're done. I might even want to open the door so everybody can see.
Right. You should do like a viewing.
Fridge was necessary for the ginger and turmeric shots that she offers, as well as some of the skincare products that she needs. And the fridge from Amazon was $149.99. The drapes that we got for the wall were an idea that I had to make the space feel a little bit bigger and then also add a touch of softness. Unboxing the rest of the items.
so nice. Oh, it is nice.
I don't care what the other one looked like.
It doesn't even.
So this mirror that we got from Amazon was really nice. I love the warmth with the wood around, and then I love the backlit mirror. Considering this is a space where you're getting a relaxing service, I thought that opting with something that had a light allowed an option for ambient lighting without having to put all the overhead lighting in. We do have lamps, but I always love the option to have two different sources of light to create an ideal ambiance for the customer. And this mirror costs $379.
Ooh, this is This looks good.
The head spa itself was something that we could have definitely saved money on. So the head spa I got from a seller, and I wanted it as quick as possible considering we had to set up the space really quickly. So the head spa itself was $450, and it came with the head spa basin that was portable as well as a bed. So the way that I had the seller do it was I had them ship out the head spa itself expedited, and because we got a bed that was in a custom color to kind of match the ambiance in the space, we shipped that by sea. Shipping by sea altogether would have made this purchase a lot less expensive. However, I was in a rush, so I paid a door-to-door expedited fee for $1,388, which sounds like a lot. However, considering we are having customers that are coming in to receive the service and are paying anywhere from $100 to $250 per service, I was confident that we can make that up in the name of getting started with this challenge, getting started with the business, and pulling the trigger and going. So obviously, if we would have planned for this better, we would have been able to save a minimum of $1,000 for the door-to-door expedited shipping. So that's something that we could have planned for, but it's not something that we planned for. The head spa and bed itself was $450, and then the expedited shipping cost for door-to-door was $1,388. And the biggest thing of buying when you're buying overseas is you do have to consider customs, trade assurance, and door-to-door. Sometimes for items that are this big, you have to actually go to the port and pick it up yourself. So I do think it's worth it to just pay that added cost to have it shipped directly to your door, so you don't have to deal with customs, you don't have to deal with paperwork, you don't have to deal with going to the port, you don't have to deal with renting a truck and having somebody transfer the product, and it's just worth it in the end. And considering this business has the opportunity to be extremely lucrative, I was confident that this can just be an overhead cost that's easily made up in the first month.
The basin.
It's really small. I thought it was. Ooh. Girl, it's Christmas. The best Christmas I ever had. Okay.
So it's smaller
it's very
than
lightweight.
it's smaller than you expected.
It's very small. And I don't know. It's big. Like the sink area is big, but it's small, compact. It's a nice size for the space that I'm using. It's lightweight. It rolls real nicely. Side to side. I got that stroller, that expensive stroller you need. That corner. Yeah.
Moms are always gonna put it back on a baby.
Very visible.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The cord is not that long though, but that's fine. Oh, the headrest is pretty cushiony. I was
Okay.
worried because it looked kind of hard in the pictures,
Okay.
but it has a nice cushion on it. It's hard. Comb the hair, got the on and off switch. Oh, that's nice. So that's for the fumigation. So it steams up. So
Okay.
this is supposed to kind of like sit to the side. It's like not loose. It's a good firm hold, so it's not gonna fall down. Yeah. Well, do it closed because it's gonna be.
Yeah, leave the blankets out. Oh, this is super light.
Very light. So bad.
Shit is not gonna be light with water in it though.
I won't be lifting it then.
No, right. You need to see how much space you need back here, because you're not going to fit back here. That feels good. I think it goes up. You know what? No, that goes up. That goes up.
I know you are.
It goes up. Wait, it goes up. I remember. That was a feature.
Oh,
okay.
hallelujah.
Now put the thing up and see if it.
Oh.
Is it? Yeah, we gotta get something. That's exactly why I said. Let me see.
And people put the forehead way bigger than yours.
Oh my god.
Ooh, no. Yeah. Maybe not even as tall, maybe?
No, but this probably isn't a problem because it's.
Yeah, it is. Your head is not big, and other people's head might be bigger.
That just means you're gonna have to lower the thing.
No, we can't.
So we gotta get. Pretty.
Wow.
And then the eye mask that we got, an amethyst face mask from Neiman Marcus for $125. And then we also got a rose quartz eye mask from Revolve for $75.
Hey y'all, so it's like the fun day where we can unbox and unpack everything. Everything looks really good. We started unpacking some of the decor. We started putting some stuff on the shelves. I'm on this rug that is so comfortable because I hate getting a service and stepping out and my feet are like cold and you just were like under warm blankets.
I also hate receiving a service somewhere and then getting out of a warm massage bed and going onto a cool floor. So we got this natural sheepskin rug for $89 from Amazon.
We're unboxing some of the trays and shelving and things like that. So we gotta see what we need to return, what we need more of. Honestly, it's probably another like 2 days to clean everything. We need to clean the linens. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I just was thinking about that did not make it here from Amazon. So I don't know how they got out of my cart. I think it's because I had it in my cart for a few days. The space filled out very quickly. So we don't have as much room, but we still do have a significant amount of space. So it's just about being creative and putting everything out so that we can see what we have to return and what we need to replace.
So for the actual head spa, I know you guys heard the atrocious expedited fee that I paid for the spa. However, considering she is a licensed esthetician and has been operating for the last 5 to 6 years, she already had a bed that she could use immediately. So this bed that we're using is temporary and we're gonna change that after it comes in, which would be about 60 days by sea. So just to remind you guys, this is the space before and this is the space after. We completed this in 4 days. I think we could have done it sooner, but considering this is the first time I've set up a storefront and we were doing it for the first time together and kind of just learning as we go, it took a total of 4 days. In the next video of this series, you guys can learn about the experience, which will kind of go through the services, service list, and the kind of feel that we want her customer to have when they come in. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one of taking over her business and creating the best customer experience while reaching her monthly revenue goal. See you later.